Good afternoon. We are here at Ladybug Scrapbook. So let's go
do some art.
do some art.
Hey everyone, here we are at Ladybug Scrapbook with the owner, Tricia.
Hi, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be here. We'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Tricia. I'm the owner here at Ladybug Scrapbook. I have owned the store. It'll be going on 5 years here in September. I'm a naturally crafty person, I guess you could say. I like to think I come from a long line of creative people. My grandma was a quilter, sewed clothes, knitted, crocheted, and so as a kid I learned a lot of those skills from her. Then my mom, same thing, was very creative. And I don't know if you find this, if you're a creative person as well, but it's hard to stick to just one medium of creativity. It's like, oh, I've dabbled in this, and oh, but look at, there's this pretty thing over here. I think I can go do that too. So it just kind of spirals out of control.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the best way though, because it's never a dull moment, you know?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. There's always something new to inspire that creativity. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite medium of creativity?
Oh gosh, that's a trick question. I love mixed media, so really combining a multitude of materials together. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think I could say I have a favorite. That's like asking a parent if they have a favorite kid. I don't think we can answer that.
That's fair, that's fair. Although if my parents were asked that question, they would definitely pick me. I'm just kidding. Coming back more to your store, what inspired you to start Ladybug Scrapbook?
So I'm actually the second owner of the store.
Just kidding.
Yes.
What inspired you to take over Ladybug Scrapbook?
You know what? It was just the timing was right. I had taken a break from my previous job as a nurse. I had young kids and they were just getting to that age where they were in school full time, so I didn't need to be at home with them they weren't home during the day, so I didn't need to be home during the day. And I was just looking for an outlet for my creativity, and yeah, just the timing was right, and it came along and kind of perfectly fit my lifestyle. Yeah.
Wonderful. What was the cause of the switch from nursing to owning? Like, was that just like timing as well, or?
Yeah, it was, the long story is my mom passed away. And my kids were really young at the time. I was a nurse, my husband worked oil field, and my mom was a very important person in my life. I would say probably the most important person. And so we just needed time to be at home together, for me to be home with our kids and support them, because she was also very important to them. And so that was kind of what started me taking that break from nursing. And then it's a tough job to go back to when you've got young kids that need childcare. It's long hours. It takes a lot out of you emotionally, physically. So to be able to still have something to give to my kids, I just needed to move in a different direction. And yeah, then like I said, when the timing was right for me to look at going back to work, just the opportunity arose to take over the store, and it just fit my lifestyle. Yeah.
May I ask what initially got you into nursing?
I love helping people. Yeah, yeah, that would be just, yeah, I am a natural, like, carer type of person. And so it just spoke to my heart, yeah.
And now you get to help take care of them in a different way. You can nourish their creativity.
Yes, and that is something I really found through the process of grief, is having a creative outlet was really good for my mental health. And a lot of people that I talk to find that, like, it's when I would just sit down, and honestly, some days it was just like coloring in a coloring book, like just something to kind of get out of my own head and the feelings I was feeling. And I would just flip the page and start coloring. And I found it was almost a physical manifestation of the feelings I was having or maybe not able to have, and an outlet for that. And I would just feel a little bit lighter, and just that whole mental health piece of it, and having that little endorphin boost from, okay, this was a good thing.
Yeah, and that little creative way to cope, you know?
Yes, yeah.
And you get a cute product at the end. So take a little picture or whatever it is to take from that.
Yes, that's like exactly that physical manifestation of whatever it is that's going on in your head or in your heart, and just being able to kind of let that out.
Yeah, and find the beauty depending on the piece that you're making, you know? I mean, all art is beautiful because it's subjective, but I guess if you didn't want it to be beautiful at the time, then it's not, but...
Yeah, it could go dark, it could go light and fun. Yeah, it's whatever you need it to be. Yeah.
So, Ladybug Scrapbook, did you work here previously? How did you kind of find it?
I didn't work here previously. I was a loyal customer.
Okay.
Yeah, I had been scrapbooking for, oh my gosh, probably like 12 years. Scrapbooking, making my own cards, and so knew the owner through that process of being a customer and seeing it from the customer side, and so just that relationship had developed, and it took off from there. Yeah, exactly.
For folks who haven't been here, how would you describe Ladybug Scrapbook?
I would say it is an eclectic mix of paper crafting, card making, mixed media supplies. I think it is a warm, welcoming environment when you come in. So if you're new to paper crafting or haven't tried it before and you're kind of curious about it, I think one of the things that we really pride ourselves on here is getting to know our customers, listening to them, finding out what it is they're interested in and what it is they want to do, and then supporting them through that experience and helping them find the right things that meet their needs and get them going on their creative journey. So I think, honestly, above all, I think our customer service and just how we connect with the people that come in. And I would say from nursing, you get that connection with people, and I really enjoyed that aspect of nursing, getting to know people and help them. And so I would say it's probably my favorite thing about working here and owning the store is just when someone comes in, get to chat with them about their day, find out, how their last trip was, how their kids are, what's new with their grandkids, their summer plans. Just really getting to know them.
I'm not sure if it's because you were like around closing time, but when we came in, it's very calm and quiet. Like there's no loud, crazy music playing or anything, and it smells really good in here. So I highly recommend coming to check it out, whether you're into crafting and arts or not, because by the array of things, and we'll include peeks of it in the video, there's a lot to do here, and a lot of opportunity for your creativity to be inspired. Is that the right word? I don't know, I think so, but yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Speaking of inspiration, what inspires your art?
Ooh, you know what? Sometimes it is just wanting to have a creative outlet. Just last week, I opened up my watercolor pad and pulled out the paint and brushes, and with no real plan in mind, just started playing around with it. And so sometimes it's just wanting to see what I can do with different products, that are maybe not what's on the label. So yeah, just figuring out what those other options are. Sometimes I have a specific product or project in mind, maybe we were just on a family holiday and I want to capture and preserve those memories and get those photos off my phone, because who hands their phone to someone who's like, here, look at our trip we were on? It's so nice to have those pictures off my phone into an album and be able to just, gather around and look back. And I have two kids that are 12 and 13. They're boys, and even they love pulling out the scrapbooks and looking back through, looking at photos of them when they were little, and just it sparks those conversations about what were we doing there? Why did we go to this place? Oh, who's that person? And a time is going to come when the person who took the photo isn't going to be around for us to ask those questions, like why was this important to capture a photo of? Who are these people? What was this event? And so a lot of times that's what it is, being able to get that out, get it down on paper into a book so that sometime down the road, somebody else is going to be able to look at this and understand why it was important, just documenting those memories.
Yeah, and keeping them tangible, because I'm guilty of this. I have so many photos on my phone, but like you said, no one ever really sees them. You might show someone like one photo of, oh, this is so-and-so, but then
Yes.
it kind of ends there. Whereas, in a scrapbook or in a book, it's like, oh, look at this thing, and then bringing people in a little bit more, which is really nice.
Yeah.
What would you say to folks who maybe want to get into crafting or art, but are maybe worried of like, oh, I don't know how to do it, I'm not sure, like kind of where to start?
So I would say my best advice is take a class or start with a kit. Start with something where you don't have to make too many decisions, and it's really just about learning some technique. So whether it's a kit where the instructions are here and you're just going to follow along, and at the end you're going to have a completed project that now you can go and put your photos into, or taking that class and learning the technique. And then once you're feeling confident, and I often find this because sometimes I have roadblocks too, where I'm just like, I have no idea what to do with this. I don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure what I want this to look like. So I'll flip through a scrapbooking magazine and be inspired by someone else's work. And sometimes that's just what it is. It's just like that jumping off point for that inspiration to get you going. So yeah, that's where taking that class or starting out with a kit is a great way to get those creative juices flowing. And once you're in that creative mode, it's amazing what else comes from that.
Classes, you offer some classes here, correct?
A lot of our classes we moved to online during COVID, and we have a lot of customers that are from out of town, so it really makes it easy for them to join us from any place with the luxury of it being available to them at any time. So you're not trying to, get to Lloydminster at 7 p.m. on a Thursday in the middle of February when it's pitch black and there's a blizzard. And so just that being able to do it from the comfort of your own home has been a nice, one of the good things that came out of COVID for sure.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Because it's also, how you were speaking, depending on weather or traffic or things like that, those are things that sometimes prohibit people from taking that jump forward of being like, I want to do this thing.
Yes.
But now having it online, easily accessible, it's like, oh, I don't have to, get anxious about having to go in and meet people or anything like that. And then, you can form bonds with people in your class, and then you can go outside and do other things together and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. The class is really just the beginning of it, and then afterwards there's this creative community that develops, and people get interacting with each other. We run our classes in private Facebook groups, so you can post what you've made, people start sharing other ideas, and it really spirals and just inspires more creativity, and generally ends up being a really positive environment for everyone.
Aww. Yeah. Can you share about some of the classes that you offer?
So actually upcoming in September, we participate in quite a large virtual gathering, I guess, called Maker Mania, and we do that in partnership with other independent, locally owned scrapbook stores across Canada, the United States. We've had stores join us from the UK, so it's pretty widespread. So it ends up being a global community. So we've got that coming up in September, and that one is a very inspiring event. All of the makers from the stores, we start with the same box of product, and we create whatever our hearts desire, and then we share that with this community of crafters. So you end up with a ton of ideas, inspiration, instructions, technique that's taught. So that's a fun one that's coming up. We also host a scrapbook retreat. We do that twice a year.
Fun.
Yeah, so it's a 3-day weekend. We do one in the spring and one in the fall. And everyone gets together. You have your table where you can spread out, and if you craft it all, if there's a flat surface, you are going to cover it with all of your stuff. And so, yeah, it's three long days, 3 late nights of everyone getting together, crafting, having good food, enjoying each other's company, being inspired by what everyone around you is working on. So that's another thing we've got coming up in October.
What would you say is your favorite part about crafting?
Ooh, gosh, my favorite part about crafting, I would say it's at the end, having that tangible item or that creation that I've made, knowing that I started with these raw supplies or these raw materials, and that I put that together, I made that. So that's part of it. And then very rarely do I keep what I've made for myself. I often give it away as a gift. And so that would be the other part of it, is seeing the joy that brings to someone else.
That's so kind of you. I know how much work it takes to make things and create art. So the time that you're willing to put in for other people, not only for yourself, is very touching.
Oh, thank you.
On the flip side, what would you say is maybe the most challenging or your least favorite part about crafting?
My least favorite? Oof. Yeah, that's a tough question. I don't know that I have a least favorite. I guess, maybe when I'm changing the blade on my paper trimmer and I cut myself and then get blood on my paper. I'm not saying that's happened more than once.
You live and you learn. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know that there is a downside to crafting.
That's a great answer. I love that. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
A bit more technical for folks wanting to come in and check out the store. Mm-hmm. What are the hours of operation?
We are open Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And closed on stat holidays. Yeah.
And why do you think it's important to have a spot like this in Lloydminster?
It's important to have brick and mortar, whether it's a scrapbook store, whether it's for the paint, whether it's really any kind of that specialized hobby. It's important to have those stores because there is so much that comes out of being able to come in, touch and feel, see things in person, get that one-on-one conversation, to be able, whether it's talking through a project, getting that product knowledge, how does this work? What can I do with it? Where, if you're just, say, shopping online, you can read the description that's there, but it's hard to then ask that next question, okay, so it says I can do this, but I want to do this over here. Will this product do that for me? If you don't have that person that you can talk to, it's hard to get that extra knowledge. And, I like being able to share with our customers, not only what the product is advertised to do, but, oh, by the way, you can also do this. And I feel like this is a fun little bonus of this. It just gives that something extra.
In that little something extra and bonus, do you have maybe one product or something that you've pushed the boundaries with that ended up working for something else?
Well,
really cool.
When we sit down and work on a project together, I am going to show you a couple different products, and we're going to use them in a multitude of ways. We're going to use them the way that they're advertised to be used, but we're also going to do a little something extra with them too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll put a pin in that question and then come back to it later. We'll find out.
Sounds good.
And then if you could take Ladybug Scrapbook anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it and why?
Okay, so there are scrapbook cruises. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I think that would be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, just pack it up, hop on a cruise ship, and be able to do, that week-long crop on the cruise ship, hop off when you land somewhere, go for an excursion, come back with your pictures ready to print out. Let's sit down, let's get working on this project. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then where do you hope to see Ladybug Scrapbook in 5 years?
you know, I hope that we will see more people coming into paper crafting, whether it's card making or scrapbooking. I hope that we see, you know, people seeing the value in documenting and preserving those memories, and you know, just that storytelling continues on with younger generations.
Last question. It doesn't have to be specific to scrapbooking or the business or anything like that, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
So the best piece of advice I've received, and you know what, I wouldn't even say that it was like verbalized, but it was more so shown to me by my parents, is never stop learning and always be open to looking for opportunities to continue to learn. I heard a quote that luck is preparation meets opportunity, and I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with that never stop learning piece, because the more open you are to learning, seeking out new experiences, it's just adding to that preparation so that when that opportunity, whatever that might be, arises, you're ready for it and you can jump into it, whatever that thing might be. So yeah, just always looking for ways to keep learning, saying yes to those opportunities when they come up. That would be, I would say, the best advice I've ever received.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So earlier you were asking me about, is there like a product that I've figured out other ways that you can use it? And I said, hold on to that because we're gonna do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to do some mixed media cards. So the base of these cards, and they're just some samples, just to kind of give you some ideas for what you can do, started with just a plain piece of watercolor paper. So from that you can pick your color palette and we can do whatever we want.
Wow.
That's the wonderful thing about crafting is it's just a piece of paper. So there's no mistakes, it's just like playing and having fun. So
Please don't have high hopes.
I believe in you. You can do this.
Thank you.
So we're going to start with just picking two colors that are complementary to each other. So, you know, for this one here, for instance, I really liked the brown and the blue together. Here I went with orange and pink. So do you have two colors that you like together?
What do you think defines complementary colors? I know there's like a color wheel where it's like, is that what you're referring to? Yeah.
So, and if you don't want to have to think about a color wheel, just think about a rainbow. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Oh, so if they're next to each other, they're complementary?
Yeah, if they're next to each other, they work. So
what a nice little hack. Everyone's going to think I went to art school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. And then almost anything goes with brown, but you don't have to do brown if you don't want to.
Gotcha. I will do orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow? Okay. Yeah. So we are going to start with the product that I told you is kind of like a little hack. Ink. So the base of these cards is started with just ink, and somewhere here I have an acrylic block. So you're just going to take the ink and just pounce it on that acrylic block.
Okay.
Yeah. I apologize in advance for your fingers getting dirty.
It is all good. I am here for the vibes.
There.
Oh, you have to push hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's sparkly. I like it.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll just set your ink aside, and then we're just going to give it a spray with water. And now we've taken an ink and we've turned it into watercolor.
Oh my gosh, cool.
Yeah. So, again, this is the part where your fingers are going to get a little messy. You're going to pick this up and flip it over and just drag it on your paper, pounce it across, smear it if you want, anywhere you want.
Okay.
All over the paper.
Let the chaos commence.
Yes, this is the thing. There's no right or wrong.
Ah!
Yeah. So now you can, if you want, you can add more ink to the acrylic block.
Okay.
And then we'll spray it again with some water.
Did you just come up with this, or how did you figure out that this worked? May I ask?
It's a well-known secret in paper crafting.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That's
But
very
when you
cool.
look at the packaging of the item, it's just for stamping or for stenciling. It doesn't describe to you that you can use it for watercoloring.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, here we forgot. Let's wet
Oh,
it.
sorry.
It's okay. Oh, set it down so I don't get your fingers really dirty.
So I got ahead
We
of
were
myself.
so busy chatting.
Yeah.
It's okay though because we can work with it.
Perfect. It is ought. Ah!
Yeah.
This is hard, everyone.
No.
It looks easy,
You're
but
doing
it's difficult.
You're doing great. You're doing great. So we can move to the next step now. So we can just give it a little bit of a blast. So this is pretty warm. So you're just gonna go over your paper from a distance and just give it a little bit of a dry.
Oh, so this just dries it off?
Yeah, we're just drying. Perfect. Looks good.
Awesome.
There we go. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. No big deal, but you're a professional at this already. So now we're going to take paint. Of course, with paint, we could put it down and use a paintbrush and brush it on, but why would we do that?
Boring.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No hate to
So
paint.
just go ahead and drop a couple drops of paint on your paper, just randomly wherever.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple
Oh,
drops.
that was so
No,
big.
it's
I'm so
totally
sorry.
fine. That's good. Okay, very nice, very nice. And now you're just going to use the sprayer and roll the brayer across your paint in any directions. You can go side to side, top to bottom, diagonal. You can do whatever your heart desires.
All right. This is too much freedom.
So some people are scared by the freedom.
Yes,
And this
yeah.
Yeah. And this is the thing, like there's no wrong way to do this. And honestly, if you did a step and you looked at this and you're like, oh shoot, that's not how I wanted this to look. It's just a piece of paper. So it's okay, we can grab a new piece of paper or we can just grab something else and totally cover that piece of paper and move on to the next step. So there's a lot of freedom in it.
And like we were talking about before, like art is subjective, so you can turn it into anything, you know?
Yes, yeah, there's no right or wrong way. I'm gonna grab you a wipe so that you can get the paint off your hands.
Oh, thank you.
So some people are okay with messy crafting and some people are not messy crafters. So there's wipes for that. So we can give this another blast just to dry it if you want to go ahead and
Thank you.
dry that up.
This is such a handy tool. I guess it's kind of like a hair dryer. Like obviously it's different, but that's what my brain equates it to.
Yes, yeah. Similar, but I think if you use this on your hair, you would definitely like burn it and
Oh, really?
singe
It's
your
far
scalp.
higher?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it really concentrates that heated air.
That makes sense.
There, that looks great. Okay, so you've got some options. Let's take a wipe here. We'll just wipe this up so you don't dip your sleeves in the paint.
Oh,
and,
yes, thank you.
I mean, orange would look great on your jacket, but maybe that's not what you're going for. There you go. Okay, so I did two different things on these cards. This one here, I put some rub-ons on.
Cool.
So I didn't draw those or paint them on. They're just rub-ons. It's so simple, so easy. Or with this one here, I used an embossing folder. So if you run your finger across that, you can feel that texture. So we can either do rub-ons or we can go through the embossing folder.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, the possibilities are endless.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't know which to pick.
We can also, before we do either of those things, layer on some washi tape. So that's what we're seeing here, that image there to the side.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you wanted to play with that a bit.
Let's do
So
it.
I'm gonna rip you off a piece
Thank you.
of washi. And it's paper, washi tape is a paper tape. It's a thin paper tape. It's repositionable, so you can put it on there and if you're like, oh shoot, that's not where I wanted it, you can take it off and reposition it. Here I tore it, so it's got a torn edge. So you can tear pieces off of this and put it on. You can do whatever you want. The only thing I would just caution you to think about is You can either do your cards in portrait orientation or landscape orientation. And there is a directional print to this. So just think about that, whether you want to cut this in half and have 2 landscape cards, or you want to cut it in half and have 2 portrait cards. Does that make sense?
It does make sense,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a hack. We're going to get 2 cards out of your one technique.
All right, I'm excited. Okay. I like this butterfly. I'm gonna rip the butterfly.
That's okay. There's lots of butterflies on there. You can put them anywhere you want.
Okay.
You can tear the edges all around them. We can add more paint over top.
How do you work with all this freedom?
Well, it's, you know what, it's not being afraid to make a mistake because there aren't any mistakes. And it is a learned thing. My son, a couple years ago, he wanted to make a birthday card for a friend. He was headed over to a birthday, and he had a very specific idea in mind. He wanted it to be snow-capped mountains.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking to myself, gosh, like, I don't have any paper with snow-capped mountains. I don't have a stamp with snow-capped mountains. I don't have a stencil of that. And so in the meantime, while I'm looking through my supplies to see, like, okay, what have I got that we can do this thing, he starts drawing snow-capped mountains on paper, and he draws the same thing multiple times, and then he grabs a pair of scissors and starts cutting out different parts of the image, so that he created his own stencil, laid it down over the paper, inked through it, so at the end he had created
Snow-capped
his
mountains.
snow-capped mountains. And it really made me realize there's something that happens to a lot of us as we get older. We become afraid of making mistakes, and kids just don't have that yet, you know, like they're, when it comes to creativity, it's like nobody's told them no.
Yeah.
So they're just so willing to, okay, I have this idea, I'm just gonna roll with it and do it, and it's gonna turn out no matter what. And it's definitely, as an adult, a learned skill to get back to that. So just don't be afraid, there's no mistakes.
Thank you. Good for him. What a king. I love that he was just able to do that. And I completely agree with the learned behavior, you know, of, oh, I want to do it correctly, or I want to do it right, whatever that idea, myself included, we get in our head of like, oh, that doesn't look good. Like, even me, I was like, oh, I ripped a butterfly. I can't use that butterfly. I could use that butterfly. That butterfly is perfectly fine.
You totally could use that butterfly, because we can layer something else over top of that butterfly.
Oh, yeah. The options are endless. Okay.
Yeah, there's no wrong way. Yeah.
Do 2 cards this way. I think
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, now what we could do, if you want to bring a little more yellow back into it.
Yes. I'd love to.
Are you okay with getting your fingers dirty?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm just going to drop a little bit of paint down.
Thank you.
And now just take your finger and you can like run it alongside the edge of that washi. You can go over the washi because it's a little bit translucent, so you're still going to have that image coming through.
Gotcha.
So yeah, just smear that paint wherever your heart desires, and I will get you another wipe.
Thank you. We're finger painting.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time I finger painted. Wow.
Well, there you go. As of today, it's officially now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course, there's lots of ways, you know, there's lots of tools you could use, right? We could have brayered again, we could use a paintbrush, or you can get in there with your finger. You've got options.
Which is what we're doing today. Cool. Nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Looks good. Okay, very good. Okay, do you want to, I'll grab some rub-ons here. Do you want to clean your fingers?
Yes.
And then we can give that another dry, and I will grab some rub-ons for you to add.
This is so fun. I'm going to take these home and my whole family's going to think I'm an artist.
You
They
are
all
an
know.
artist.
Thanks.
It's official.
That's so kind of you.
Okay. We've got some flowers on here, or the butterflies.
Oh.
Do you want to add some of that on there for some layers?
Yeah.
Okay. So
do it.
let's grab some scissors and cut out
Here we go.
the ones you want. And of course, like you're gonna have 2 card fronts there, so we can do multiple. Oh, we could also do there's a bunch of black butterflies in there too. What do you think of those? You
I
like
like
scatter them in
those.
there?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that would be really fun.
Okay, I'll cut this apart. Why don't you get that dried?
Okay.
So just that toggle switch there. You've got this. It's starting to come together.
Yay!
Okay, so you've got a bunch of different rub-on transfers here now that you can work with. And these are so easy to use. So all we do is there's just a little backing on there. We peel the backing off and that image stays on that front film. And then you just pick where you want it, set it down on there. I just see we've got a little wet spot here.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, so then just pick where you want it, set it down on there, and then we'll just rub across with this here. Just apply pressure across it, and it'll transfer it down onto the paper.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah. So I do like to think about where I want my sentiment to go. And you have some options of sentiments, whether you want your cards to say thank you, hello, or happy birthday.
Okay.
And then I just kind of think about like framing my embellishments around where I want my sentiment to go. Okay. So it'll draw the eye towards that sentiment. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And you can totally layer, you know, so we've done ink, we've done paint, we've done the washi tape and more paint. So you can layer your rub-on transfers over, you can go in different spots.
Okay.
Whatever your heart desires.
Okay.
You've got this.
I got this. One night, do you think happy birthday could go like here? Something like
Definitely.
that? I don't know, maybe.
Yes,
And like,
definitely.
hello, if I frame it,
Yeah,
I don't know, in the middle or something.
yeah, that sounds great. I'm gonna go get happy birthday and hello cut out for you.
Oh,
While you decide which rub-on transfers you'd like and pick your spots for them.
okay. Perfect. So how are you getting a new birthday card? Well, not new.
Don't look.
Don't look,
act
it's going to be a
surprised.
surprise birthday card.
I'll forget about it by then. It's fine.
Perfect. Michelle, you're getting a hello.
Yay!
For your birthday.
Please actually give it to me for my birthday.
That'd be funny. This is so hard.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Butterfly fly. Oh, I can't sing that. It's copyright. Jokes. I'm a jokester. One down. Two down.
Okay.
Three down.
So are you a crafty person? Like, do you have a creative hobby?
I wouldn't say I'm a good crafty person. My art that I like to make usually isn't with my hands. Like I'm more of a writer or an actor than
Yeah.
I am of a creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love coloring though. Coloring is probably my favorite hands-on craft to do. We've gotten the opportunity to work with a lot of cool artists and try out a lot of different forms of art, which I'm always blown away by.
Yeah.
We tried
Zentangle?
Zentangle and encaustic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just the last trip we went on, and both were amazing. We've had really good teachers, and I just think it's so interesting how talented people are and how you can create something out of nothing and have something like how you were saying before, like something tangible to hold on to kind of show people and share with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And there's
really,
always
really
just
fun.
such a sense of accomplishment at the end. Like, oh, I did it. Look what I did. Yeah. I have something to show for my time and my energy.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, so take that white tool and you're just going to rub it across the top of those images, across the clear film. And just applying pressure, and then you're gonna, and then we'll check to see if they're
Sticking.
adhering down, and then we'll gently peel that off.
I did not push hard enough.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, you're getting your cardio today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
this
getting
is
your
an
arm
arm workout.
workout.
Why go to the gym when you could just craft instead?
Exactly, that's what I've been trying to tell people.
It's way more fun, and you have something to show for it. You
Yeah.
know? Sorry, gym's just a gym. Just kidding. No hate to the gym.
But nobody's getting a birthday card for going to the gym. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
word. Oh my gosh, this looks so cute.
Oh, you did it,
That's
yeah.
really cute.
Thank you. All
All right.
right, now for some butterflies. Actually, maybe I should switch arms, even out the muscles.
Yeah, you don't want to get too big on the one side.
Exactly.
The jacket won't fit right. It'll be really awkward. I think the plastic's off. You got
Did
it.
it.
You're getting too strong.
Yeah, literally. Perfect. Perfect.
It's a very effective workout. You don't need very many reps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Da 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 da.
Ooh,
Da 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 da.
Beautiful.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, there you go. You did
Yay.
it. You did it. All right, now we can. So on mine here, I trimmed this panel down a little bit smaller so that I could mat it with a color.
Gotcha.
So we could do that if you would like. And just throwing it out there.
Oh.
On black, it really pops.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you like that?
I do like that, yes.
Okay, so we can trim that down. Do you want to try your hand at the paper trimmer? Although I told you that I injured myself when I was replacing my paper trimmer blade.
All right, here goes nothing.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I'm glad someone does.
Yeah. Plus, I'm pretty sure you're over 14, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, then you can operate this machine.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
so right now those panels are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2.
Okay.
So we've got this ruler across here. We're going to trim it to 4 inches wide and 5 1/4 long. So just look at it and decide, like, do you like it from that point that way, or do you want to take a little bit off both sides? So you can kind of like recenter things if you want at this point.
Gotcha. I think I like it there. It'd go to here, right? Or here?
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Ah, I see.
This
yeah.
is our cutting line there.
Yeah, I
that's
like
good.
that.
You're happy with that?
I am happy with that.
Okay, so just make sure we're lined up at 4 inches on that side. So just hold this down and then slide that gray blade up towards the top.
The moment of truth. Did we have to use one of these in grade 6 when we made poetry books with Mrs. Lestuca?
The laminator had.
Oh, the laminator had one. I used one of these before. This is my
Ooh.
second time. I'm a paper cutter
Explains why you
pro.
were so good at it. Okay, there you go.
Cool.
And then we're just going to give it a turn. And so it's 5 1/2 right now, so we want to go 5 1/4. So there's our 5-inch mark, and that's our 5 1/4 inch mark. Does that make sense to you there?
Yes, it does.
And then slide that down. And if you're happy with it that direction.
Yes, yeah, I like that.
Okay. Very nice, very nice.
It really is your gym. You're using your biceps, shoulders. I don't know. You're using multiple things. That's all I'm saying. Multiple muscles.
It's pretty much like rowing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're basically a rower.
You don't even have to go rowing now.
You don't even need water. You just need a paper cutter and some paper. You're set.
Exactly, exactly.
Then you get a cute card.
Okay. All right, so you've got this one done. Did you want to trim your other one up?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to.
So again, we're going to go 1/4 inch, or if you want to, take an 1/8 inch off of all the sides, whatever.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to do math. So you said
Okay.
a couple different numbers there.
Okay. So you are a creative person.
Yes. That's the telltale sign. I'm
Yeah.
like, math, numbers? Sorry. So I want to
Yeah, so we've got those butterflies there, so let's not take too much off the butterflies. So let's go 1/8 of an inch off of our
Each side.
sides. Yeah,
Perfect.
so you can go ahead and make that cut. Very good.
Perfect. Oh.
Oh yeah,
I just didn't do it hard enough.
it's okay. You got this. There, we're at 4 inches on that side again.
Perfect.
There you go.
This is so satisfying. I love the noise. I love the vibes. This is great.
Okay. And how do you feel about the length? Is there like, could you take a just off of one end, or do you want to go a little bit off of each?
I think I can take it just off of this side because I gave way more space for these two butterflies than I did for this one for whatever reason.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So that will be right there again.
Perfect.
There you go. Make your cut.
Perfect. Perfectly perfect. It's exciting. Look at you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so now remember that ink that we used at the beginning and we didn't use it like ink at all?
Yes.
Okay, so let me grab, I think a little bit of black is going to make your centers really pop.
Perfect.
Got this handy dandy wooden tool here. So we're just going to ink up this foam that's on the end here. And then what you can do is just rub this foam across the edge of your paper.
Okay.
So just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just going to kind of frame and I feel like it grounds the edges. Yeah.
Sick.
And you can go as heavy-handed or light-handed as you want. Like you can drag that color in like even further towards the center if you want, like in towards the center of your card.
This is cool. I feel like it's adding that depth and like shadow-esque.
Yes.
You know?
Some people ink everything and some people are like, no.
No
I
more.
like it clean, no ink.
I like the ink.
But those people probably also don't like ink on their fingers. And they wouldn't have done the finger painting portion. They'd be like, yeah, I'm out.
Sometimes you need to get inked up.
Yeah. There's something for everyone when it comes to crafting.
I think it really adds the like
It does.
frame
you can
for
see
it.
it on camera too.
Yeah. It really like
It like really
gives
pops,
it
hey?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think that looks way better personally.
Yeah, okay. If you want to ink that second one, if you want to, or if you want to have them different, whatever.
I'll ink them both. Sorry, not sorry.
Too late, she's inking.
She's getting inked. It is my world and they are just living in it.
Oh, look at your fast at it now. If anyone needs the corners of their painting ink, you know where to go.
You can only ask me for that. Oh. That's just the rest of my skill. This is so fun. I enjoy this. The vibes are so good. Ba-ba-da-ba.
Wow. It looks so good, actually.
Thank you. I honestly wasn't sure how I was gonna feel when I put the paint, or not the paint, the ink on, because I felt like I accidentally put all of it in like one spot. But now I'm really happy with them. I think they look really good.
Yeah.
So
They're really coming. And then watch that when we pop it on that frame.
so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, cute.
It's coming right along.
Nice, sexy.
Okay, so we can get our your artwork framed onto our black paper there.
Yay.
And we're going to use this tape so that they never come apart.
Yay.
Oh.
Sahar's birthday card will remain intact.
Yes.
So will Rochelle's. Even though one's gonna say hello.
I mean, you might be saying hello, birthday girl.
Hello, it is your birthday. Hello, 24. There you go. That's a good one.
That's coming. 24 in 24? Yeah. That's got to be a thing. We should make it a thing.
We should make it a thing.
You know how it's like the day of the month that is your birthday, when it's that year? Like,
Yeah,
if
your
your
like
birthday was on
golden
the 3rd,
birthday.
it's your golden birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to make it a thing that like if it's the year and your age.
Yeah. Then we just always get to celebrate
Yeah,
it.
we're
Perks of born in
2000s
being
babies,
2000.
So we're pretty lucky.
Yeah. Okay, so just the way that our measurements go, we're going to have an 1/8 inch kind of frame around that.
Perfect.
So I can get this off for you. It's a little trickier with those beautiful nails.
Thank you.
Okay,
Perfect.
so once you stick this down,
It's forever.
it's forever. Yeah. But I believe you can do this. You can, if you want to, like, so there's a grid on here. You can kind of use the grid to, so
Line
like
up.
the faint gray line is
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
that's your top and bottom measurement.
Okay.
Or you can just eyeball it.
I feel like I should just close my eyes and put it down because otherwise I'm never going to put it down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's off. But you know what? It's okay.
No one will know.
Exactly. It's avant-garde.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
No thanks. I'm just kidding.
It looks
She is a little
good,
slanted. So she is a little slanted.
But it looks good.
It does. And you know what? I have scoliosis, so I'm also slanted. So it works.
You keep that below for a bit.
There you go. Okay, so this one is ready for you to put on there too.
Oh my goodness.
Onto that
Okay.
one.
Part 2.
Yeah,
This is hard.
it's not hard. You can.
You're
do
right,
it.
actually. It's
Yeah.
not hard. It's just. That was better. It slanted the other direction this time. But you know what? That means if I were to do it a third time, I would nail it. Because this
Right
one was
in
a
the
little too far
center.
this way. And this one was a little too. Oh,
Turn it around. That's why, because you probably turned it.
yeah. That's okay. They both still look great.
Yeah. Balance.
And my friends will love them.
You know what? It is the thought that counts.
Exactly. And they still honestly look really good. You wouldn't even be able to tell. Because no one's going to like look at the side and be like, oh, she put that on slanted. That is crazy though that you're able to get it not slanted. Because that's very difficult.
I've been practicing.
That's fair.
Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of 3D foam just to pop up our sentiments for
Yay.
just some excitement.
Just to add. I love it.
A little something, something.
Perfect.
Okay, so do you know which card is going to say hello?
Yes, it's going to be this one.
Okay.
I think I'm actually going to put hello down here instead of over here.
Ooh, yeah, I like it. I
It's a little
like
different.
it. Okay, so those are ready for you to just
Yeah.
set down on there.
Yeah. So I'll put it right here.
Oh, I like it.
That was cool. Like,
Nice work.
Thank you.
So, like, are you trying to tell me this is the first time you've ever made a card? Because I don't believe you.
I have made one other card, but not at all like this. It was the encaustic painting that we did.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one card I made. But this is a very different card. But this is so fun. I'm going to be a card maker. But I'll need way more practice with the positioning of it. But this is so fun. This looks really good.
We can just make cards for any occasion, any
Yeah.
days, any,
And
you know,
these are
just
like-
because.
Yeah. I love these so much more than like, you know, the ones that you have to like go out and buy.
Bridget doesn't buy cards.
I don't.
She'll make them. It's
I
even more
will.
special.
I'm actually
Yeah.
going to start.
There you go.
My cards used to just be made out of paper, but I like these ones better.
Okay.
These are like fancy cards.
So, where were you thinking for your
Happy birthday.
birthday?
I was thinking like a little
I left the
Oh,
stuff on
thank
so we
you.
can
Thinking
play
a
around and
little
figure out where you
happy
want them.
birthday moment.
Ooh.
Or should it be centered the other way? Happy birthday. No, never mind. I don't like that. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's getting,
Happy. We're getting different.
that's pretty creative.
Did you say brave? Sorry.
No, creative.
That's so funny.
Ooh, you're so brave.
I thought you said brave. That's hilarious. Maybe like this. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. I think that.
Nicely done. Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah, no, I like
That's
that
where you
better.
want it?
Yeah.
Okay. Put them both back on there, and we'll just take one off at a time.
Okay.
So
Oh.
for so when you go to place it on,
Gotcha.
you'll know where you want it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe we should start with that.
Start
one.
with birthday?
Yes.
Okay.
Because then I'll for sure get happy in the right spot.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. The pressure is on.
It's not on. Take the pressure off.
You're right, the pressure is on. We're just here for good vibes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Looks great. Okay. Oh, yeah. I really like your color choice.
Thank you.
When I think of orange, I kind of always go with pink. But
Orange
I
and
really
pink
like
are
it
really
with the
pretty
yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, I don't
choice.
know. Usually, I was gonna go pink and orange, but then I was like, why not yellow? Yellow's overlooked sometimes. I'll do yellow.
I think it is, yeah. Okay.
Happy
There you go.
birthday. So cute.
There.
These are so exciting.
That looks great. You did it.
I did it.
You just made 2 cards.
I
No
just
big
made
deal.
No big deal. I'm a card maker.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. I could
Everyone's
do
doing
it.
it.
Yeah, literally. These are
Awesome.
so fun and so cute. Ah, thank you so much for teaching me how to make cards.
Oh, you're welcome. It was all you.
That's very not true.
Great job.
Thank you.
I'll pop them on the bases for you, and then you've got your 2 cards ready to go.
Thank you.
Nice
oh my
work.
Gosh. Thank you. You're such a good teacher. Thank you. I really appreciate that. These are so fun.
It's like, it's just so open to whatever you are feeling, you know? Like, there's no
Yeah.
wrong way to do it.
No, and everything that happens ends up working, which I'm like, that's crazy that
Yeah.
it just all works. But you know, like it's art, so obviously
Yes.
it can all work. But
Yeah.
it's just nice to see it all finished, you know?
Yeah. And it happens to me where I'm going through these steps and I get somewhere and I'm like, ooh, that was not the right thing to do. I don't like how that looks. But then I just, it just needs the next layer.
Yeah.
And you put the next layer on, and in the end, it always comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, now we are here speaking with Cindy from Daysville Designs. How you doing?
Good, good, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So we'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah, I'm a retired teacher consultant. I retired actually in 2016, which seems really strange. That's 8 years ago now. And before I retired, I started painting furniture, and then people started asking me to do this, and that's how the business began. But I'm retired. I've got 2 children that are grown and married and expecting their first children in July and October, so I'm going to be new grandma for times 2.
So exciting.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, and this kind of dropped in my lap and became a business after retirement. So yeah, my second retirement, I guess, under that. Yeah.
And you kind of mentioned it happened when you started painting furniture and then people started asking that of you, or? what's
Yes,
that
that's
story?
exactly right. I used to have a little side business of antiques with my parents alongside my full-time career. And I started painting some furniture with that, with finding old things that were not necessarily valuable, but we could make them look better by paint and so on. And so I kind of really got hooked on it quickly. And then I had people just asking me, hey, are you going to show us how to do this? Could you do a workshop? So then I decided to get trained in it and started doing workshop with furniture painting. So that's how Daysville Design started with that, and it's kind of developed from there, yeah.
What does Daysville Designs look like now?
Now it's primarily in Ladybug Scrapbook. So I sell fusion paint as well as transfers and stencils, anything to enhance the furniture painting world. But I also do craft items. So we will paint signs, we'll paint pillowcases or paddles or toolbox planters is the new thing we're doing these days. And yeah, so it's a lot of both selling product and showing people how to paint their furniture, but also doing workshops.
Workshops and classes. Can you speak a bit about those?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. Tricia has a great spot here for us to be able to have workshops in here. I mostly do the workshops in here. The odd time I'll go out on location if there's somebody wanting me to come out there. I go out to Turtle Lake, for example, in the summer a lot of times because that's where they like me to do the workshops. And so people book in. I either do public classes where they come and sign up and do a craft, or else a lot of private workshops. So people like businesses or celebrating birthdays or whatnot, and they want to come and do something together. So it works out well. Yeah,
That's so
lots
much
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into painting in general and painting furniture specifically?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think because I had always enjoyed crafting and things like that, and the furniture painting just sort of happened as we were selling antiques, and then I decided to paint a few pieces, and then I got into that whole chalk paint world and realized there was so much information on that, and became a paint obsessed with it a bit, and then it worked out well because I do really enjoy teaching other people. So I'm still a teacher at heart in that I'm teaching them to do some craft and some art stuff. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I guess would painting be your favorite medium of art?
Yeah. I think I still really like painting furniture. In fact, I picked up a couple of pieces today to paint, and I don't sell like I used to. Like I used to mostly. That's how I started, was painting furniture and being a furniture flipper, and then it turned into being more of a retailer and selling paint and products and helping others learn that, and then the workshop stuff. So I guess furniture painting is probably my favorite, but it's not necessarily what I do all the time. Yeah.
What was the cause of that switch from selling the furniture primarily to then hosting workshops and being more of a retailer to help others?
Yeah, I guess I was in business probably 5 or 6 years before I ended up coming with Ladybug Scrapbook here. And so when it became here, then I knew that this is what we were going to be doing, is more workshop type. Before, it was not as much workshops because I didn't have the space for it. I was doing them out of my garage or going on location to places, so hauling everything there. So it worked out really well to be able to set them up and advertise them and have people come here. And then the retailing side of it came about basically from a need. I was going in to Edmonton to buy my supplies like once a week and coming back with a truckload of stuff, and I thought, okay, I need to start offering this for people, so I started looking at paint lines and tried a couple of paint lines until I started really with fusion mineral paint, and that took off because it's a very, very, very good paint, and a lot of people really love it, so it worked out well. And then other products came about because of embellishing your paint. The base coat of paint color is just one thing, and then you can add so many things to it, so it just developed from there. Yeah.
What was it like starting your own business?
I guess, it kind of, I say it dropped in my lap, but I did have the antique business already, so I had so much fun selling antiques. We went around to the antique shows a lot, and I was very fortunate to be able to do that with my aging parents, and I always thought that's what I would do when I really truly retired. I bought them out and put it in storage, and then with the starting painting furniture, and it was really just became people asking me if I could show them how, and a business was born there, and all of a sudden I realized, okay, I just transitioned. I was very, very lucky for a retired person to have that you're something you're passionate about and still have a skill set for, to be able to, use it and, I don't know, not really retire, which is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, keeping you busy, that's
yeah,
awesome.
that's right.
What advice would you have for folks who want to get into painting or maybe furniture painting specifically?
Oh, good. Yeah, I would say definitely take a class. I do paint your own piece workshop, and they bring in a piece. In fact, on the next 2 days that I'm working, Friday and Saturday, I'm just having it open that they can come and bring in their piece, and it won't be necessarily a class, but I'll advise them of what they could do. And yeah, ask lots of questions, because that's one thing. Tricia and myself, we've got a lot of knowledge. Tricia is equally knowledgeable about the paint business, and so when somebody comes in and asks the questions, we can walk them through step by step. And yeah, probably start off small with a smaller piece and then jump in. We said, it's only paint. It's only paint. If you don't like it, you can paint over it. So that's a lot of times I hear myself saying that, and it'll be fine. And they're usually just so pleased with the projects. Yeah.
Last question. It doesn't have to be specific to your business or painting or the art world or anything like that. But what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Oh, gosh. Well, I guess probably treat a couple of things. Treat others as how you would like to be treated, is number one. We really try to be understanding and helpful and realize what, when people come in here and they haven't started the craft, they might be intimidated, so we walk them through and help them feel success. Another motto I have is, when you succeed, I succeed, because I really am so proud when they actually do, and they're proud of their piece, their craft, or their furniture piece, and I've helped them along the way and saved a furniture piece from the landfill as well, is something that I'm very proud of. The other thing would be to learn from your mistakes and not be afraid to take risks. So just, you know what, you might not get it right the first time, but you can try again. And it's like I say, it's only paint or whatever, just give it a go. And yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're going to paint something different today here. We're going to try and experiment a little bit with old style cultivator shovels. So this is what it looks like to begin with. It's fairly rusted up and so on. So I've painted it already with a base color. And we're going to try and make it into kind of like a little lawn ornament, or for your garden or whatever kind of thing. This is the Ladybug one, and then you basically could do anything with them. Fusion paint works really well indoors and out, so I feel very confident that this can be outside in the garden with rain or shine, and it'll be good. Or you could use it as a doorstop and whatever. So again, we're kind of using a recycled product. Somebody offered me these, and I thought, yeah, I'll try them. And so now we're doing a little craft with them. And we might get a chance to do another thing as well, but we'll start with this.
All right.
So I have painted this, what color we call it, azure. And it's a fusion color, and we're going to, I also drew a little bit of, I just used, to make the ladybugs, just traced a little bit so I could get the circle on there, and then we could do them wherever. If you want to do that, if you want to do your own tracing, you can too. Or do you want to just paint?
I'm good to just paint. Oh. I appreciate the pre-trace.
Okay, sounds good. I'll turn this a little bit so this way. Perfect. So basically we're going to, oops. Actually, I'll squirt it out and then I'll go all over. Nope, we're gonna.
Nope, all good.
We're good. Good thing.
That's why we have the.
I usually tell people I usually pour the paint, because that quite often does happen. Okay, so we're gonna get a little brush here for you. And did I put the brushes? There we go. I think this one will work well. So you're just gonna take the paint and you're gonna fill in the circle kind of thing, yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's do it.
Do it, yeah.
This is like coloring. I love it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You're into coloring. You will like doing painting. So nothing that I do is very difficult to do. Like these actually would be probably one of the more creative, where you can do whatever you want. And I just looked on Pinterest for ideas of painting flower pots, so then adjusted it to this, and somebody suggested, they would great for vegetable row markers or whatever, or you could welcome them to my garden. Whatnot.
Yeah, that would be so
So
cute.
yeah, I don't know if you can see, we do a big variety. Can you see back there? Not quite there. So we do a big variety of workshops, and every year I have something different going on. In fact, already people are asking me, what am I doing for Christmas this year? So
wow.
It was still June, and they were asking what I had in mind for Christmas. So we'll see. I do have a little bit of example here. While you're painting, I'll show you this one too. So this is actually just a milk bottle, and painted with, I think, raw silk was the color, fusion color, and then a transfer painted on there. So we can get the transfers, and you can do a lot of neat projects for Christmas decorations there. Oh, you're doing a wonderful job. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so red is one of our colors that's a little bit more translucent, and what the paint usually can be covering in 2 coats. Some will just do 1 coat, and some might need 3 coats. And red is one of those colors that's a little bit more vibrant, so it actually takes more coats. Yeah. You're doing a great job. Good painter.
Thanks.
And so then after that, so because we're kind of doing a color on top of that, then we'll wait for the red to dry and add a little bit more color to it. And we can do the little dots for the flowers or whatever. This is another example. I've got a piece at the front, and this is another example, just, painting signs. We do a lot of sign painting. This is one that's for nursery with a dresser up there, and just to add a transfer and a word on.
Cute.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That looks good. Now, do you want to add any more of them, or are you good with that many?
I like that many.
Okay, perfect. You can set the brush down, and we'll leave that until... Actually, I'm going to get you just to take a little bit of the paint off of that, and just because that'll take a while to dry. We want to just make it so there's not too much paint on it. I think that's the only one that you maybe had a little bit. Just check the rest of those, and I'm going to get you another brush to do the dots. And do you want your little flowers in white just like this?
Yeah, I like the white flowers. It's really pretty.
So that we're going to just a little bit more paint on there. That one came out, and all I do for that one is just take the end and then dot it. So basically,
cool.
I mean, you can see that I got 3 or 5 around, and basically decide how you're going to do it and go around, and then you can leave a space in the middle, and you can go back in there with a different color.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, however you want it to be, kind of thing. So again, this one's, I've got a workshop on July 11th at Turtle Grove at Turtle Lake. So this is one of the choices. Then there's a planter, 2 different planters. One's a toolbox and one's another bigger planter. Or paddles. Everybody at the lake likes to do the paddles, and they do an amazing job with that. You can check out on my page. There's lots of ideas and so on for different crafts. Of course, Christmas and fall is very popular. Everybody wants to come in and do Christmas crafts or gifts and so on. So, yeah, looking good.
I think I left a little too much space there, but you know what? Artistic choice.
I think you're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of things like that. You probably see around the store some of the things like welcome signs, growth rulers, the summer fun ones, welcome. What else do we do? Well, in the fall we do a lot of like pumpkins, and then we do angels. We do a lot of different. I've got a few different carpenters that make things for me.
Do you have a favorite piece that you've ever made?
Oh gosh, I like some of my furniture pieces. I'm quite attached to. The craft ones, I just kind of do them, and I'm usually happy. I'm actually very happy when people come and I usually do mine quite basic, and then they kind of take it and then they can go further. Some will just copy exactly as I've done, or some will, they've got their own idea and away they go. So it really allows to whatever creativity you want. Those are looking good.
Thank you.
Right on. Now, I think you've been good. Okay, we should show the camera them a little bit. So we're getting there. Yeah. And so now we're going to take the black, and we're going to just add the head of and we're not going to actually put, I think it's not dry enough now, but you could do the legs around and the black head of it.
Can I just wipe off the end of this with my fingers? Or?
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Oh.
I'll do it for that. I've got paper towel right here. And I think we're done with that. I'll put it in the water. Fusion paint is very, very durable. So we're going to get another little brush, and I'm going to give you actually a thinner brush. We'll get you this one. There we go. Oh, no, that one feels a little chunky on the end. Sometimes they don't get cleaned off as well. That one I like. So yeah, so fairly thin brush now. I mean, because if you want to go around the outline of it too, but I don't, yeah, just do the head for now. So I was saying, yeah, fusion can be indoors or out. We all mainly use it as furniture painting, but it's great for crafts. So I do a lot of stenciling, stencil signs, any of the craft stuff we do. I've got a special line there of just little wood cutouts that people can take home and just grab some brushes and some paint, and so they don't have to come into the studio. Yeah, that looks good.
Perfect. I think I put too much paint on that one. I'm just really loving the paint that I keep putting way too much on it.
You're doing a good job. It's no
Thank you.
problem. And you can see that the black is covering a lot. One coat will be good with the black, but actually, you know, the red's not bad too. You did pick it. Yeah.
Yikes. There we go.
Yeah, that looks good.
This is so peaceful.
Yes, yeah. A lot of people just like to come and just do, you know, some things are very step by step. You do this, then you do that. And some things are like, okay, here's a cultivator shovel. Paint it how you want. Yeah. And everybody's turns out great.
Yeah.
That's a neat thing. That's looking good.
Thank you. Oops. Oh, no, we're good. I should have made this just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now I see why people paint. It's relaxing. It's like very easy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just a tiny bit more. To right here. Oops.
I do a lot of private workshops. One thing we found out from after COVID, you know, most of our workshops before COVID was all public, and then afterwards we started, you know, they weren't comfortable with, you know, a bigger group and so on, so we started small groups and private groups, so they knew who was coming there and so on, and they felt comfortable, and that sort of kept on. So a lot of businesses or groups will come in from their jobs. I just did one that was what were those guys, the last group I had from? Not public health. Maybe it was public health. Anyway, so it's a good team building thing to do, and they just get to come and just relax and enjoy it. They can bring their own snacks in here if they want and make it kind of a event. Yeah, so now you're doing, yeah, the little legs. Perfect. I said mine kind of looked kind of sinister. They kind of look like they're, like as Tricia said, ready to get those aphids, I guess, ladybugs. But yeah, yours are
They have a purpose.
Very good. Yeah, yeah.
So how often do you do private events? Is it whenever someone wants
Well,
it,
in the
or-
fall it gets really busy, so I'll probably do 2 a week. You know, maybe one will be public and one will be private. You know, pretty much every weekend I do something in the fall. October, November is very busy. Now it's not so busy, so it's been, I had a couple of spring activities, and then it's sort of just, now it's going to be at the lake. I'm doing an open one on the weekend, you know, with people can bring in their own pieces. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see then how much more. It depends on what people want. If they ask for them, you know, I give them a whole bunch of variety of ideas of things that they could do, and they usually come up with something. That looks really good. Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so now we could also add a little dot in the middle of those, and you could do that with the red or else the black, whatever you want. This one's done with the red.
I think I like the red.
The red, okay, yeah, so just a little bit, then
Kind
yeah.
of a dot.
You could do even the back of it,
Oh,
the end of it, yeah,
right,
that's right, yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what you
and
did
then-
before. Dot.
That's an old, I think it's called folk painting we used to do on wood way back when, and that was an old technique from there, yeah. Dip it in again, yeah,
That's so handy.
yeah.
Oh, that was very off center, but that's
But
okay.
you know what? Yeah, like that's the way I thought when mine too, and then I was like, oh yeah, they look fine. Yeah,
Yeah, when you can like step back and look at like the whole picture.
yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Very good, very good. That's coming right along.
Oh,
And
that's actually so fun.
yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah. So it's the only thing we have to do. I don't know. That's how fast that paint dries. Yes, you actually, except for that one little spot. I'm just going to get the paint off of there a little bit. I think you could probably put the black dots on. So that's, I just did, I mean, you can decide how you want it. I just did a line down the middle and then
Some black
5 dots, you know, so yeah, however you want, yeah.
Line down the middle. 1, 2, 3.
Looking good.
This is such a cute design.
Yeah, and it was just, I thought, we're going to do this one because we're coming to Ladybug Scrapbook Store. You'll remember where it came from. Yeah.
So cute. Is there something in particular you enjoy painting the most?
I like to paint furniture. I think it's the most creative and a bigger. I've also done paint pours, and I've done some neat paint pours. Those are pretty cool. You know, they kind of like really trendy for a couple years ago, and you can paint pour furniture or, of course, artwork and so on. But I like doing some furniture pieces with some transfers on, maybe some ombre look or some, you know, some blending technique or whatever, yeah.
Is is a paint pour just like you pour the paint over top of the thing?
So the paint pour is actually a medium, and we have our own Fusion has its own medium. So it's, I don't know if it's like a Floetrol or what that goes in there, but makes it very, very slippery and be able to keep the colors and, you know, and you've probably seen people do paint pours techniques and so on. I can show you some of it. I don't think I have anything right here, but I've got a table I've done over there, and I think a vase over there as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of had some fun doing, I've got a new little stencil there. I'm practicing making some stencils for my new little.
So
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, so Fusion does not come out of clothes. It's very, very durable, so you can use it for painting pillows, you can use it for painting shirts, jean jackets, etc., like those kind of things, yeah. Yeah, so cool. And I like to make signs with transfers too. There's a neat one over there, you know, the Farm Streets Farm. So you can just paint this and you can put this on, transfer on. So you did little transfers with Tricia. These are bigger transfers, you know, for furniture pieces and so on. Yeah. Oh, that's turned out terrific.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. I think you're done.
I think so too.
You did great. Better turn it around, show everybody.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
Sorry, I just smudged your.
Oh no, that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
Oh, that looks so good. So good. Yeah.
If I can do it, anyone can do it.
That's right.
Believe
That's
me.
right. I was going to show you if you had time, but I think I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't know what time
Yeah.
we told
So
you.
something simple again. I don't know if I've got one that's not painted. I painted up a couple of these, just ceramic tiles, and you can paint it and put a little transfer on it, put those little rubber dots on there, and then you've got some coaster set you can make up.
Oh my
for
gosh,
yeah.
so
Yeah. So you could
cute.
do that with, you know, Christmas ones or whatever, you know. I think this is going to be a fall activity because I came on to some transfers from, some ceramic tiles, and so I'm like, okay, what can I do with them? And okay, we can do these.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's
something
so
very
cute.
easy. But yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I feel
You're
like
welcome.
such a good
I think
artist.
you did a great job. You did a terrific job. Looks good.
Couldn't have done it without your help. So thank you very much
well.
for planning this out and for showing me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah.
Hello, everyone! We just finished up at Ladybug Scrapbook. I am an artist. I am an artist. If I can art, anyone can art. I'm going to start making cards. So it was super fun.
A birthday card.
Literally, guys, it's so much fun. I highly recommend even just trying it because card making, painting, never really things that I thought I would ever be good at. However, I did it today with lovely ladies, and it was so much fun.
It was very peaceful.
Everyone was so
The
nice.
company was great. Like, yeah, it was a good time all around. Very like stress-free. You could kind of like walk in and leave your troubles at the door. So definitely gonna check it out if you're in Lloydminster.
Yeah, agreed. Come check it out. Ladybug Scrapbook.